Look at that. I actually did like a competent scene transition without having to click away from the game.
You're learning.
Well, no, I just finally set up the hotkeys on your computer.
Oh, nice.
This is starting, 1 is starting soon, 2 is mainstream.
Alright, cool.
So yeah, we're back in Xcom. And let's see if I can continue to not kill everyone.
So I don't remember, it's been a little bit. Are we on everyone's name 3?
I believe so. We might even have some 4s.
Oof.
Let's see, we need some soldiers pretty badly. And then... So... Wait a minute. Did I not save last time?
Uh-oh.
Did I do that? Did I not save? Oh no!
Fucking rip.
Because that's Sam 2 and Lindell 2. Oh shit! Well, I'm an idiot then. Alright. Let me do something so that never happens again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there an autosave that you can go back to?
Yeah, autosave. I wasn't doing it because like it causes a lot of autosaves, but I'm apparently too dumb.
I was about to put a Siri reminder, or not a Siri reminder, an Alexa reminder, like for us to save. Jeez.
Oh well.
It's such a contrast from like you to me because I save like every 20 minutes out of paranoia.
I forgot I needed to. See, there was a saving right there. Like it saves constantly.
Commander, we're receiving several urgent requests for assistance.
Well, shit.
Well, at least it gives us a second chance to not fuck up.
No, this is already past fuck up.
Yeah.
Also, could you hit the fan? It's really warm in here.
Okay.
Thank you. It's warm in here. Either that or I'm very embarrassed by my stupidity. Oh, that sucks.
Oh.
Feel stupid.
It happens to all of us. Speaking of lost save data, guess who lost all their save data on their Switch this week?
Oh yeah.
You know, the buds and I were like, I was gonna join like Scott and our friends and play some Smash, right? I get my Switch, I get ready to load up Smash, and I get this error code that it won't load. So I try my other Switch games, they're loading fine. I tried a different game cartridge, thinking that, okay, maybe there's just something wrong with the game cartridges going into the system. No, but my other cartridges were loading just fine. I went to Nintendo's website to see what was going on, like what I should do. I put in the error code. It's like, hey, you're gonna have to initialize your system, which basically means factory resetting it, and then it should be fine. So that's what I did. It said that it was not gonna remove my save data, but that was a fucking lie. Because I had to reformat my micro SD card after that, so all my stuff on my SD card, save files and all, gone forever. So I'm like, okay.
And she plays so many JRPGs, guys.
I had just finished Triangle Strategy this week.
So many hours.
Like a solid 65 hours of progress gone. I mean, but at least I finished the game. It's not like I was like at the end of the game, was ready to wrap it up, and then I lost my save data. That'd be more heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But so I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not playing Smash tonight because it's already almost 10 o'clock and it's a work night.
Mm.
So I put my Switch on the dock and I'm letting it letting Smash update and get all the things that it needs to download overnight, right? I pick up my Switch the next morning, to check up on it. The whole console had an error message that and it's like, hey, restart your console, then reboot it again. So that's what I did. I turned the console off. I tried to turn it back on. My Switch is pretty much a paperweight right now.
I wonder if it's like stuck in like a cycling error or something.
It's something. It's
So
just,
like it can't. Or like have you tried putting it on the dock since then?
it's
Probably.
yeah. Like it was sitting on the dock for like 2 days.
Okay.
It's not on the dock right now because I'm getting ready to send it to Nintendo for repairs.
Yeah, I saw the post-it note explaining what happened.
Yeah, $110 to get it fixed.
Ugh.
If they can fix it.
That's.
The funniest thing is I was visiting my parents for during Easter, and my dad was asking me like, "Oh, why don't you get that new Switch? I heard it's nicer." And I'm like, I already have a Nintendo Switch, and yeah, it would be nicer because it has a better handheld mode. But I'm like, unless my Switch breaks or something, I don't need another Switch.
Bump 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 wah ba wah ba 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 ba.
I'm on the move.
Oh, I'm so sad about it.
You hate to see it.
Okay.
Man, I wonder how many games I lost. Like,
Cause like, do you have anything on like cloud save or anything?
not that I remember.
Oh.
Is there cloud saves on the Switch?
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
I believe so, at least.
Blue. Blue. Look at them go.
Hey,
Hey,
welcome back.
We're
we're doing pretty good, except for the whole Switch exploding thing. I almost have the second page of that that art project I've probably mentioned a couple times done, so that feels good.
We mentioned this at the beginning of the stream, so I'm not sure if you heard, but Scott forgot to save.
Yeah, I'm dumb, and apparently I forgot to save last time, so we're back at the start of where we were the last playthrough, which sucks. That really sucks. But hopefully maybe I can be smarter now. I can't. I won't be smarter. I will not be smarter. So I don't know, and also maybe the RNG will give us different missions, so that'll be interesting to see too. I feel really stupid.
But we got autosave on now. It's okay.
I turned on autosave. I've become a scrub. I need to lean on the autosave, for I am too dumb to remember to save, which is extra embarrassing because I grew up on like Sierra point-and-click games where the mantra has always been save early, save often. But I think just this era of everything having autosave has ruined me. It's like how I can't remember phone numbers anymore because they're all in my phone already.
Overwatch.
But yeah, it's a big whoopsie.
I am still standing.
Dude just goes into like into impromptu karaoke after that. It's just like, I am still standing, better than I ever was.
Oh, look at that! Look at that
Nice.
beautiful damage.
That was a good Overwatch. That's a good Overwatching right there.
Like just from perspective wise, like it was such a narrow space to like shoot someone through.
That's
I am moving.
Ruh-roh.
I don't have the game, and I don't know enough people that do have the game where like it's worth buying it yet.
What?
But Rainbow Six Siege, I've heard both like very good and very bad things about how that game is handled. But the thing that I love about it is like, if you think that someone is like behind a wall, like right in front of you, behind a wall, you can just shoot the wall, and if you have the right ammo, it'll just kill them. Because it's like, it's armor piercing, so it goes through the wall.
Oh damn.
And I love the idea of that. That's like, that's that kind of that's the kind of shit that back in the day, you know, like PS2 era, I'm like, oh, I wish I could do that.
Copy that.
It's action movie stuff. Thin Man! Thin Man!
Thin Mints.
We got some Girl Scouts. They brought the Thin Mints.
ammo. I can't engage.
Oh man, you can't engage? Look, a lot of people have trouble with commitment.
Heading there.
It's a stupid joke. Yeah, I did it.
That's affirmative.
I think Girl Scout cookie season's coming soon.
I do not like Girl Scout cookies.
No?
I don't think they're very good. I don't think they're very good quality. I don't like most of the flavors that they have. Like, the only one that I kind of like is like the chocolate covered ones that are peanut butter.
Yeah.
But I've also seen better versions of those cookie just in store, and they're usually cheaper. It
yeah.
sucks.
I'm basic. I like the Thin Mints, and I like the Samoas a lot. The ones that are like coconut covered.
See, like, everybody always raves about the Thin Mints. I hate mint.
Yeah.
I can't stand mint. Because, like, anytime anybody uses mint in something, it's not just like, oh, it's just a tiny little bit of mint. Like, you know, it's just a hint of mint to, like, you know, just get that little refreshing flavor. It's like, no, it's always like, all right, and now we just dump a whole fucking truck of mint into this one single cookie. I still use kids' toothpaste because the mint in toothpaste is too fucking strong. And I'm like, look, kids' flavored toothpaste is still toothpaste. It still does the same fucking thing. Like, I'm not a complete baby, you know, if I'm traveling and the only travel size things are like the mint thing, I'll deal with it. But like, I would rather not.
Oh, jeez. Oh, he's got a lot of HP. He's fine.
Yeah.
Reloading now.
Like, if I was redoing that, like, that meme from the Joker movie, where it's just like, oh, you think blank is funny? Yes, I do. And I'm tired of, like, you think it's right to blah, blah, blah? Yes, I do. And I'm tired of pretending like it's not. It would be like, oh, you think not liking mint as an adult is okay? Like, yes, I do. I don't think... It's like, and I'm tired of pretending that it's not. That are like the thing from Arrested Development where it's just like, there are dozens of us. Dozens.
Moving to position.
Alright, he's in.
Toasted.
Good shot.
Let's see. Let's move up here.
But yeah, at least the one I'm trying to put a positive spin on the whole Switch thing is I still have a decent amount of 3DS games to go through. It gives me the chance to go through those.
Before they kill the system.
I mean, I've been buying some games off the Wii U shop and the 3DS shop, like, kind of slowly for the past few weeks, ongoing. Because there's some games on the Wii U that we want to play on the channel eventually. And then there's a lot of RPG games, like Xenoblade Chronicles X, that never came to the Switch. If I want to play it, I'm going to have to get that on the Wii U. And physical copies of that game are hella expensive.
Like every JRPG.
Yep. I had to do that.
Like, JRPGs are some of the worst offenders when it comes to, like, I just want to play this classic game. Why won't you let me? Like, I just want to experience your game, goddammit. Why is that a problem?
Aw, come on.
Like, a classic example of that is Mother 3.
Oh my god, seriously,
Where it's just like, why don't you want me to play this game, Nintendo? Are you ashamed of it? Everybody who has played it says it's freaking great. Why are you so ashamed? You have Lucas in Smash. Like, if you want us to stop asking for Mother 3, maybe take Lucas out of Smash and replace him with something else. Like the guy from Star Tropics or something.
He's dead.
After all, that's a game that we got that Japan didn't. Fair's fair. I would love that, by the way, if friggin' the... I don't even remember his name, but if the kid from the NES game Star Tropics, which was like a RPG puzzle platformer action game centered around soda puns. You've played it.
No, have I?
Yeah, we both played it when it was on the Switch Virtual Console. Remember I showed you it and we were both playing it and you were like, "What is this game?"
That's right. Okay.
He attacks with a yo-yo likeness. But it's got like the Zelda-esque puzzle dungeons. But like because I just think it's so funny that the story of that game where it's like, oh man, like some of these more recent RPGs have been kind of working, you know, in America. So I bet they'll eat up a game that's like American to a T. All right, what do Americans like? Soda. They love their soda. Let's end every single word with cola. We understand foreign culture.
Ooh, nice shot.
And it's like, all right, and what do they like in America that would show that the main character is cool? He's a baseball player because everybody loves baseball. He's a star pitcher. And that'll explain why he uses a yo-yo, because he's just fucking throwing it like a baseball and then it comes back. But we can't call it a yo-yo, because that's designating that the yo-yo is a weapon, and that'll get us in trouble with yo-yo toy companies. So we'll call it a star, because it's a yo-yo with a star decal. And what's an American name? Because he's got an uncle that's been kidnapped. But like, what's an American name for like an archaeologist? Got it, Dr. Jones. Then he gets on a submarine and he's got like a little robot companion, and it's Rob. And a talking dolphin. That game's insane, is what I'm saying. The game's insane. And its whole mission statement was, what do Americans like? So there's like a lot of tropical stuff, because this was the 90s where everything was, you know, it had to be tropical, had to be cool. That's why Sonic, like the old Sonic games, had so many palm trees. Yeah. Alright,
move in on that guy.
Like, the game is so crazy. It just saved again, by the way.
Oh my god.
Like, it saves, like, every other turn, essentially. It's crazy.
Shot wide. Position confirmed.
Got him.
Oh, right through the shelving.
Mm-hmm. Well, you see, the shelving's not real. There is no shelf. These are not the cabinets you're looking for. But yeah, I think it'd be funny if, like, if it's, instead of Lucas, we get that.
Mm-hmm.
and because it is weird. I feel like, just purely from what I've seen, I feel like we know a lot more about fan culture in Japan than Japan knows about fan culture in America. And like, the reason I see that is because I feel like I've heard a lot of stories of people kind of being, like, creators in Japan being surprised that, like, their stuff is popular in America too, you know? And like, a lot of Japanese people are still just like, oh yeah, we're like, you know, we make stuff for us and nobody else cares. And it's like, no, that's not true. We do care. You make cool stuff. And they're like, no, you're just saying that. There is no shelf, only Zool. Yo, dude. That would have been a weird Ghostbuster. That would have been a weird plot in Ghostbusters if, like, if Zool went for Dana and just, like, accidentally headbutted into a shelf, now it's possessing the shelf. I am the gate master. Tung, 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 tung. I love it. But yeah, I saw an interview with, like, the scenario writer for, the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games, and he just had no idea that his games were popular.
Wow, really?
Like, he seemed to have no clue. Like, he's like, oh yeah, we've gotten a couple of fan letters from people in Japan, but, like, you know, not really any from, like, Europe or America or anything, and I didn't know that, like, it was still a big, like, I didn't know that people still like the games. It's like, that's crazy. You know? Or like, I'm trying to think of other ones, because there were other ones that were, like, really big surprises. I can't remember exactly, so I may be talking out of my ass, but I think the JoJo writer was surprised that his stuff took off in America too.
I appreciate your efforts to support the research team, Commander. I've already put the new recruits to work in the lab.
The good doctors have completed their respective.
And granted, I can also see that point. Like, if I made something, I'd actually have to, you know, be a published artist or something first. But if I made something, and then all of a sudden, you know, like, I'm getting like, you know, like, stuff from people in, like, Europe or Japan or Australia or something, it's like, hey, we really like your stuff. And I'm like, really? I'm a hack, though. Cool. I think it's just that thing of, like, you know, nobody thinks their stuff is as good as they are, and if they do, they're probably a prick.
Yeah.
I have difficulty understanding how such an advanced species could show so little empathy for the lives of other sentient beings.
What do you mean, Valen? You're a human. You should understand perfectly well.
Imagined. Technology is there, but with it comes callousness we would never have expected. What could have brought them to this?
Why are they so similar to us? Maybe we're not so different, you and alien. Let's see. We got this damaged one that's pretty much useless to us. All this damaged stuff we can't really use, if I remember correctly, so we might as well sell it. Let's see. Let's get some laser rifles.
Lasers.
You can only get 2 at the moment. Can we get a scope? We can get a scope. Give that to one of the snipers.
Does that increase accuracy?
I believe so. I believe it does, if I remember correctly. I can check right now. There's a sniper. I'm not even bothering with renaming them at this point.
No.
Because of what happened. So, you know. If we get to late game, then I will, like, recustomize and rename and all that stuff. And we'll have the golden team. We'll have the golden girls and boys. Let's see. Yeah, so that makes their aim plus 10.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep. Alright, we got some new soldiers.
Priority 1 transmission coming in from the council.
That's good. We got a new person.
We look forward to seeing your progress.
I think Lindell's not hurt anymore.
Yeah, that's true. We also we want to have some we want to have some rookies though too. To get them leveled up. That armor is so ridiculous. All of this is so I've realized why, like, the guys bother me so much.
Why?
It's because they all look like they were drawn by Rob Liefeld.
Rob Liefeld?
Yeah, the comic artist who can't draw anybody without, like, big balloon muscles. Just, brrr, I'm Bloodgun. Most people who only know him casually are like, oh, he invented Deadpool. That's cool. He's a really cool, crazy character. And it's like, nah, but he didn't invent that Deadpool. He invented the character Deadpool, but then other writers made him Deadpool.
The Deadpool that everyone loves now.
Yeah. That wasn't really him. Like, not to like, like, needlessly throw shade. Just look up Rob Liefeld Captain America. just look that up. It'll probably be the first result.
What was that? Was it the
Yeah.
Captain America you were showing me earlier today?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was.
Where he's standing like this, and he's to the side, right? So you should only be able to see to here, but it's like his chest goes like this.
It was
so that you can see the whole star and like more of the abs.
It was fucking ridiculous.
Granted, somebody should have told him, hey man, that needs a redraw. Like an editor or the inker. Somebody should have helped him out there. Unless he didn't have one, unless he was doing it all himself. But even then, like, an editor should have stepped in and been like, hey man, that one needs a redraw. Like, I got some notes. So, you can't completely blame him. I'm an artist. I fuck up perspective all the time. It's hard. That's why I never give Rob Liefeld shade about how he seems to have difficulty drawing feet. Have you seen a human foot? It's the size of your forearm. But you always think it's smaller because it's way far away from your eyes. That shit's hard to draw. It plays with your mind, so I don't fault the man on that. Not to mention, they're always trying to interact with the ground, and surprisingly, it's like really hard to convincingly draw things interacting with each other.
What was I gonna say?
I don't know. I went on a rant.
Drawing is really fucking hard. I've been meaning to draw more,
Yeah.
but I just haven't been because I'm getting to the point where I'm like, getting better is hard.
Yeah, it is.
I know. I'm definitely falling into that. Once things start to get hard, I give up.
Yeah. That's me with almost everything except art. That's just like, alright, I'm gonna give the rookie the laser rifle just because they don't have that much HP, so I might as well try to give them some advantage.
Do you lose the rifle if they die?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I don't believe you do. And then I'll give one to that. And then do I have better armor for them? I do not.
Just the idea of studying to get better is frustrating. Yeah, because that takes time.
It is. Yeah, like, why can't I be good when I start something? Exactly. And that's why I don't know how to play any instruments. That, and also I never had a place where I could practice instruments. You know, because, like, my parents didn't want to hear that shit. They didn't want to hear me trying to figure out how to play hot cross buns. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab my drink from the other room.
Okay. Yeah, like, I did learn the one thing that was quote-unquote hard that I managed to at least learn pretty alright. Granted, I was doing it in school where I had the time to practice, but I played the clarinet in, like, elementary, middle, high school. So that was, like, what, 10 years of playing that, and I was actually pretty competent at it. I was in the higher ranked band for most of my time in high school. I spent there was a lot of time I decided, I'm like, you know what, screw going to lunch and eating in the lunchroom by myself. I'm just gonna spend my whole lunch study hall period in the practice room. So I got a lot of practice in that way, and I got pretty, I wouldn't say like amazing, but I was pretty good. But I what's up?
You know where the books I lent you were? The drawing books?
The drawing books?
Yeah.
I think they are in the main room next to the TV.
Next to the TV?
Yeah, like on that table thing where we keep all the chords. Yeah. But yeah, I spent a lot of time playing the clarinet, but I have not touched that thing since I graduated high school almost 10 years ago. So whoop.
Yeah, see, my main weak point, because, like, I can draw humans pretty decently, and I can draw, like, humanoid characters pretty decently. But then when it comes to, like, backgrounds and animals, those are weaker in my opinion. So I have things for that, like how to draw animals made amazingly easily. But the thing I always am afraid of is that I will, like, focus on how they're drawn in this too much, and then, like, it won't match the things that I draw in my style already. And,
Yeah.
and you'll get, like, stuff where it looks like you're just tracing because you learned how to draw it differently than how you self-taught the other thing. And I know you can fix that, but that's the fear I have, so I'm usually just like, I'll look at that later, and I just try to do it myself, and then it looks like crap.
The thing I noticed that I struggle with drawing, and this is true of everything for me, like for me in general, like same with crocheting and stuff. I can
keep wanting to press ready to engage.
I can replicate.
It's this again.
I can copy, but I can't like.
UN official Peter Van Dorn
I can't really imagine things and make creative things on my own. It gets overwhelming for me.
Dude, it's hard sometimes. Like, okay, so I was watching something on Disney Plus yesterday, not sponsored, but it was like it was a documentary series. It was like an anthology documentary series about Marvel, and I think it's called Marvel 616, which is a weird name for it because 616 is just the main comic universe. So having a documentary called that, and all of it is about different aspects of Marvel as a whole, and not specifically on the. Anyway, I'm diatribing, or
You can go grab Van Dorn.
whatever. But like it was about writing in the Marvel method, right? Because apparently there's still like one writer at Marvel that still uses the Marvel method, which if you don't know what the Marvel method is, it's crazy. It is completely backwards, because most comics are written sort of like screenplays, right? Where you know, they're fully scripted, and then the person like uses the comic essentially as a storyboard, you know, and that's what a comic is. To the point where a lot of mangas, when they get adapted to anime, sometimes they will literally just use the manga panels as the storyboard, which if done well looks really, really cool. But the Marvel method is different, where it's like it's just a plot synopsis that the person writes. They just write a plot synopsis panel to panel, but sometimes it's vague, and like, you know, sometimes it's just like, oh, you know, like it's this thing, and they'll say like it's some end of the world level monster, but they won't describe the monster. And then it's up to the artist to try to figure out how to depict that with little to no actual reference from the writer. And the reason that it was created, from what I know and from what the documentary said, it was because, like, for a point, there was like one, maybe two full-time writers at Marvel. And that was like when, like, that was in the 60s when all of the big stuff was happening, you know, but like before they got big, it was just the stuff was starting to happen. And so they had this one writer, and I believe it was Stan Lee, who was just supposed to be writing all of these books, and he didn't have time to full script all of them.
Yeah.
So he was just giving the plot synopsis and was just giving it to the artists, and they're like, you're creative guys, you can figure this out. And was giving them a lot of creative freedom, which sounds very fun and cool and like freeing, until you realize how much more work he's just given you. And how much more pressure is on you now. And I'm on the move. And then it's like kind of just, you know, then you have to write the dialogue after that. Like, the panels are already made, and then another person writes the actual dialogue, which is why sometimes, like, old comics, like, I believe the first, like, issue number 1 of Avengers, all of these panels of, like, Ant-Man and the Wasp, you know, just show them kind of, like, getting ready to, like, go, and they, like, their body language seems to be, like, supportive and, like, you know, not antagonistic towards each other, but all of the writing has Hank Pym calling Janet an idiot. Just like, Janet, you stupid idiot, like, you can't figure things out, and then, like, Wasp is just like, ah, you're right, I'm just a girl. It's just like, the artist didn't intend that, but the person writing the dialogue apparently did.
Ooh, critical.
Yeah. And there was weird shit like that. And it was interesting, too. I felt bad while watching the documentary, because it was all centered around Dan Slott, who, for the course of the documentary, seems like a very nice guy, and he also wrote my most hated Spider-Man story, where Doc Ock takes over Peter's body and kills him. like Peter experiences like identity death because his brain is taken over by Doc Ock, and it's like the superior Spider-Man. And it even talks about that, where he's just like, a lot of times my writer's block is actually me just being a critic of myself, saying it's not good enough, people won't like it. And that's only gotten worse because I literally wrote one of the most hated modern Spider-Man stories. It's just like, and I was right when social media was like really getting big, and so people were like attacking me, they were hating me. And it was like really, really shitty, and I'm like, that sucks, man. That story also sucks, but that sucks that that happened to you. Because, like, my problem with it wasn't even the main premise of, like, oh, man, you know, like, Peter's body is still going around, but it's not Peter anymore, it's Doc Ock, and Peter died in Ock's body. That's a really, like, crazy, tense twist and stuff. My problem was it went on way too fucking long, and they kept doing these things of, like, oh, Peter's coming back. No, he's not. Peter's coming back. No, he's not. No, never happening. And, like, all of the stuff in the letters page... And this is what made me drop Spider-Man as a comic entirely. All of the letters pages at the back of the comic had people complaining. Like, nobody was liking this story. You know? They were like, please end this early. Please bring Peter Parker back. We don't like this. We don't like Spider-Man being more violent. You know, this is not what we want this character to be. It's really, like, just betraying our trust and, like... you know, kind of turning us off to the whole idea of Spider-Man anymore. And I don't think it was Dan Slott answering the thing. I think there was like an editor or somebody answering it, and they were, at least how I was reading it, the tone of the writing sounded dismissive. Like, it was just like, well, that's too bad, because this is just how it is from now on. Like, they kept, you know, and then, like, especially after they had, like, Peter supposedly still being around inside his own consciousness, and then he just completely got erased. And they were just like, see, we told you Peter's never coming back. Stop asking. And I'm like, okay, well then I'm done with this book. Like, I don't like this anymore. I don't want to spend money on it because I don't like it.
Damn it.
And there's been other stuff like that too. A lot of times with Peter Parker, unfortunately. Like the Clone Saga was one of those things where people just didn't want anything to do with it, you know. And that was another one where it just went on for so dang long and like kept losing the plot. And then One More Day. There are still a lot of people who refuse to buy any Spider-Man comics because they still have not technically like undone One More Day.
Ooh. Like, what was One More Day's whole deal?
That's the one where literally like Mephisto, aka essentially Marvel Comics Satan, was just like, you know, like the whole thing is like Aunt May has been shot. She's fatally wounded. She's dying in a hospital bed, right?
Yeah.
And like Peter's trying to figure out any way to save her, but he can't. And like none of the other heroes are willing to like save her life, which is kind of fucked up. Because there are so many heroes that definitely could have stopped that, and didn't. And like, you know, they're just like, no, it's just her time. I can't really do anything about it. Like, you know, Doctor Strange is like, we don't really, you can't tamper with something that's like meant to be out of your control and stuff like that. There are so many super scientists in Marvel that could have treated her and saved her life, but whatever. You're not supposed to think about that, I guess. But like Aunt May is fine with it. At this point, she knows that Peter is Spider-Man. You know, she no longer hates Spider-Man and sees him as a menace because she's not drinking the Daily Bugle Kool-Aid. Like, she's on Peter's side. You know, she is okay with death. She's just like, it's fine. I'm gonna go, like, be with Uncle Ben again. Like, you know, and your parents, like, and trust me, wherever I'm ending up, like, so much crazy shit has happened to you, Peter. Like, now I'm absolutely sure that I'm going somewhere, and Ben's gonna be there. I'm fine. We'll be rooting for you up there. Like, she's fine with it. She's made peace. And yet, Peter is still just like, no, I can't. Like, she's the only family I have left. Meanwhile, his wife is right there. And it culminates in Mephisto being like, hey, I can save Aunt May, but you gotta give me your marriage. You will never be happy in your marriage because I'll erase it from ever having happened, and you and MJ won't be together anymore. And Peter is understandably like, no, fuck off, be gone, Satan. And then MJ goes, nah, Peter, you should do it. And so he does. And it's like, that was such a lazy ending. Just, and the whole reason for why that story exists is kind of gross too, because the person who was in charge of it was just like, I feel like people can't relate to Spider-Man anymore, you know? He's like, he's a married dude now. Ew, gross. Like, ew, he has a person who loves him? Gross. Nerds can't relate to that. I'm like, and he's like, ah, man, I miss Spider-Man back when I used to read it, where he was just some dumb, single loser teenager kid, like in his early 20s or something, before he was like, you know, had a wife and a decent support system. Gross, ew, yucky. Like, it's just like, what? And that's such a common problem in media stories, right? Like, how many times has a sequel been like, oh man, the guys who, like, the people who were now a couple, they're on rocky relationship, you know, they've separated, but don't worry, they'll get back together by the end of the movie. I hate that.
It's just that's always the funniest thing to me, because people want to they want to showcase like the excitement of getting into a relationship, but they don't
the excitement, the drama.
But they don't want to show the work that it takes to maintain a relationship.
Then it's just much harder, because like so many people treat being in relationships like it is a trope, you know, and so like when people do stay together, it's like their whole character changes, where they're no longer an individual, they are just half of the couple. And that's like, you know, for like all of a sudden they're no longer like, oh yes, we are individuals with our own thing. It's just like, well, what do you want to do, schmoopsy bear? It's just like, I hope that the writer's relationship isn't like this. That sounds suffocating. Like, granted, I'm not in a relationship, so maybe I can't talk, but that just sounds like not a good relationship. If it's just one of those relationships where it's like, oh man, we always have to be together, like in the same room, and we always have to be like glomping each other and all this shit. It's just like, what? Like,
suffocating.
Yeah, it's like, do you not have your own lives anymore? Like, aren't you, what? I don't understand. I don't know. But like I get wanting to spend time with somebody you're involved with. That makes sense. But like 24/7? I don't want to be near anyone 24/7.
Bastards. I owe it to my men.
I don't think anybody wants to be with anybody 24/7. That's why bathrooms have doors.
Location confirmed.
But like, yeah, and it just it's weird to me. Anytime I see the thing where it's like, oh man, in the sequel, the couple at the end of the movie, now they're separated, but like they still care, you know? Just like, well, if they still care, why are they separated? Did it get like hard once? Like, you know, did they have one rough day and they were just like, oh, it's over? The problem is I feel like a lot of people in real life are probably like that too, and that makes me sad.
Solid copy.
You know, it's just like, oh man, we had our first fight, relationship ended.
It's the funniest shit if you ever, like a lot of times, just for fun, even though I know most of the stories are probably fake.
Oh yeah.
There's these, you know, these posts on Reddit called like on slash Am I the Asshole?
Yeah, absolutely.
And they like will talk about stories about their significant others, and they're just having one problem.
Yeah.
And immediately everyone in the thread is just like, break up with him,
Yeah.
but like just ghost him, go no contact.
Well, I
Run.
think that's just them trying to be bad advice givers, probably. Because, like, nobody online actually wants to give good advice. They want to troll. They want to ruin people's lives.
It shoved through the flaming car.
I'm on the move.
And obviously there are times when, like, the answer is, like, yo, leave his ass.
I
Leave her ass.
Again,
But
enough of my friends aren't in relationships for me to like really know for sure what I would say. But I feel like I would be quick to be quick to think like if a friend was having a relationship problem that seemed kind of big. I think I'd be very quick to go just dump their ass.
yeah, but you also strike me as the person who, like, that's why you will probably... It'll be very hard for me to ever, like, find out that you've gotten into a relationship with anybody. Just because, like, the second you find something where it's like, I'm not a fan of that, you'll just be like, and done. Like, I think that's just you. I think that's just who you are, and that's okay.
I just wish I could have done more for my people. I lost some good men.
Whatever, dude, shut up. You know, shut up, man. Yeah, oh man, I'm so sad some people died. This is war. If you didn't want war, you shouldn't have started war. I say, pointing at the aliens who invaded us. Why'd you want this? Your people are dying here, man. Your people are dying too. That doesn't change the fact that your people are dying.
It was looking bad out there. I might not have made it if you didn't show up.
Shut up. Shut up, get on the
I owe you
plane.
one.
Get in the
Seriously.
blue
I
box.
wouldn't be here without
Get
you.
in the plane, Shinji.
Well done. Now you just need to eliminate any remaining hostiles.
Are there?
Objective updated.
Are there remaining hostiles? I don't see any. It's Overwatch, I guess. Oh wait, hold on. Switch to sniper rifle. Now Overwatch.
Overwatch. And Overwatch.
All right, come on, remaining hostiles, where you be?
Are they gonna make you search for them?
Boom. I can make this guy take a look. Make Lindell 2 take a look. I mean, I see most of the map, but I'm not seeing any bad guys. Oh, there he is.
Yep.
He was sneaky. He was blending in. Alright. Well, that's why you got all that armor, man. You're good. You'll be fine. Not really much I can do to help out there. Turn. Just gotta get this guy.
Oh shit.
It's fine. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Not sure why it zoomed me all the way over there. Let's go ahead and let's just do a quick little jaunt right there, shall we? And up, boop.
right in the face.
Executed to the numbers. Strike.
My advice to anyone about anything, play Boss Lerman, wear sunscreen. I mean, yeah, wear sunscreen. That's definitely true.
Yeah, it's good for you.
I hate doing it. I hate feeling stuff on me. But
Remember when you asked me to apply sunscreen
Yeah.
on the first day at Disney?
yeah, we were at Disneyland and I couldn't I was wearing a sleeveless shirt or something and there was a spot I couldn't reach, right? And if I could reach it, it wasn't somewhere where I could really tell if I'd gotten it well. So I'm like, oh hey, okay, could you get some right here?
I underestimated how freaking white this boy is.
Hey, rude. Use the term pale. That's more accurate.
Okay, I didn't think, because I normally I burn too, but I can usually get away with not having to use a shit ton of sunscreen.
Here's the thing though. At least I don't sunburn very badly. My sunburns are usually pretty light. But yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna have to take on the sunscreen when we go on a trip later this year.
God, I cannot wait.
And wear more hats. Cover up that face from the sun.
Remember,
But yeah,
we'll be watching.
yeah, we're going back to Disney. Because they've opened up a bunch of shit since we were there.
Last time we were there, we were there the week before that they opened the Star Wars lands.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
We were there right before Galaxy's Edge opened. And we're like, crazy. And now when we're going probably right before they reopen Pirates of the Caribbean.
With our luck.
But we've got 2 new lands that have opened since then. We've got Star Wars and we've got Marvel. Not to mention a bunch of cool stuff that Disney Park nerd me loves. They brought back this nighttime parade that's pretty fun. Not to mention, we've been in the 2.5 years from hell. So vacation needed.
It's gonna feel that much sweeter.
Mm.
I feel like this is gonna be cathartic, if that's the word.
Cathartic?
Uh,
Do you mean cathartic?
thank you.
Okay.
Because when we went the first time, it was post graduation for Scott and
Yeah.
post student, post
We were
school
both
for
in
me.
weird headspaces.
It was a weird time for both of us, and it was a very much a much needed vacation.
Let's see.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab some water.
Okay. Could you grab me one of the soda bottles in the fridge too? This one's almost empty. Thank you. But yeah, it's a song. It helps me a lot. I'll have to look. Okay, so it's the song title is "Wear Sunscreen" by Boz Lerman. But post a note right here. Let me write that down. Let's see. Boz Lerman. Make sure I spell that right. Wear sunscreen. With that title, because I'm not very familiar with Boz Lerman. I've heard of the name before, but I'm not very familiar. I'm guessing it's a yacht rock song, but I could be very wrong. All right.
There's no bottles of soda in the fridge.
Yeah, there is.
Or
You put them in there last night. It's next to where the meat is.
are you talking about the cans?
They're not cans. They're bottles.
You right.
They're literally glass bottles. Now I'm hoping that they're twist tops. Because they look like, like the ones where you need the bottle opener, but I'm guessing that you can just twist them off too. This one.
I never claimed I am the brightest crayon in the box.
Let's see if I can open this. Yeah, I can. Cool.
Alright, cool. Yeah, you gotta let me know how that is.
Yeah, it's I'm trying not to show the logo because they're not sponsoring me. But I thought it was like an orange cream soda, but it says Orange Dream and it says made with real honey. So I'm wondering if it's like a orange honey soda. Do not read beauty magazines, it will make you feel ugly. That is true.
Yes.
Is that a lyric from the song? Because it's got quotes, I'm guessing so. Yeah, no. Also, as someone who went to college for graphic design, they are photoshopped to fuck. Like, they are all types of photoshopped. Do not trust the images in magazines.
Like, it always makes me mad.
Like, at the very least, like, they've touched up the lighting, they've gotten rid of, like, any little blemishes or anything that are just natural.
The thing that makes me... one of the things that makes me unreasonably angry is, like, you know, like, fitness, like, the fitness, like, health gurus, like, on Instagram or TikTok that, like... that advertise, like, I just do this one little weird trick and I look like this, and they're like these photoshopped as hell pictures, or they have the exact right angle to make themselves look really good.
Yeah.
And then, like, you'll see people like talk.
Yeah.
They'll try those things, and it's like, why don't we look like that? And like, because
they're lying.
They're lying, and it's literally their job,
yeah,
pretty much, to look good. So they have all that time every day to
there's
look good.
There's a song. It's a remix of an AJR song, and the song is fine. The music video is really good because it's like it's all of these people like on, like, you know, an Instagram like app, and then it like zooms out to see how they're getting those angles and shit, and it's all fake. It's a remix of I'm a Good Pretender. So, but yeah, no, like, back, I think during the Vine days, there was that like thing where it's like, I woke up like this, and like the thing is like, I woke up like this, flawless, but I always wanted to be liar. Let's see.
Oh, we got a tornado watch.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Neat. It was about time.
Yeah, we haven't had one yet this season.
We live in the Midwest. We live in the Midwest. Get ready for tornadoes. Oh, by the way, I wrote down the song recommendation.
Okay, cool.
I'm very interested. I'm very interested to hear that song. Because I've heard the name Baz Luhrmann. I don't know if I've heard any of his music. Let's see. Okay, that's right. The uplink's not done yet. We just got a mission control. Heavy lasers! We need more alien alloys so bad.
Pew.
Alright, and now let's go with a mutton autopsy. We've already seen it the first time, so.
We have a secure transmission coming in from the council, Commander.
Oh, son of a...
What do you want?
Blinded by the confounding light. Revved up like a rev, another rev, and rev.
This team
I need to remember they've got a... Oh, she's a sniper. Why do I have the arc thrower on her? That's stupid. That's dumb of me. Alright, assault. You should have an arc thrower. And I doubt I can, but let me just check and see. Nope. Can't make any of those. Darn. Okay. Need so much resources. Need so many resources.
We look forward to seeing your progress.
Okay, clear this guy. We need a rookie.
Alright, Stuart.
Look at you, you're a support. Why you got a grenade? Get that out of here. Get that out of here. Also, you get out of here too. We already got a support.
I was gonna say, because this team was looking a little squishy.
Now it's more squishy. Okay. Then... There we go. Alright. That's good.